Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your Vibe mentor, coming to you in a different way from a new location. As you can tell, there's a lot of background noise. We've got airplanes and helicopters and geese and pool fountains and gates opening and closing and music in the background. But all of that to say, I will continue to show up for you in whatever way I have to make sure that you know that I am here for you. This is, of course, Monday, and that means it's time for the Monday Magic Intuitive Energy Reading. I appreciate your patience with me. If you watched last week, you know that after the car accident, I was a bit in need of some rest and recuperation, which I appreciate. Again, your patience and your dedication. It's interesting what happens, because when I hit record, I am connecting with all of you energetically, and I feel you, and I love being here with you. It actually is not a chore, or doesn't feel like a job. I very much love coming here and being here with you. So this past week has been very helpful. So thank you again for your support in whatever way you have supported, because somehow I feel that you have, and I know that you're there. I appreciate that. Things are definitely much better. Energetically, from a nervous system standpoint, all of the techniques are working and the healing has been amazing. And of course, as I alluded to last week, it all has served a greater purpose, and it is really profound. I still kind of find myself like shaking my fist, like you had no better way, like we couldn't have come up with a better plan to accomplish what we've accomplished. But yet, when I look at everything that's happened, it is truly profound, and it was a perfect plan, and it could not, I can see how it really could not have been accomplished in a better way than it was. And so you will be seeing some more information around what has come through, what has been healed, what is coming to the surface. And of course, as suspected, it is here to assist in what I bring to you as the community, and as a trauma healer, and as someone who is here. My purpose is your purpose, right? Here to help you achieve your highest potential, here to help you step into your purpose through trauma healing and learning to manifest and bring about heaven on earth. So again, I just wanted to take that minute to say thank you. I really do appreciate whatever love and support that you give, whether it's a like, a subscribe, or share, just a well wish, a happy thought, a moment of kindness. It is felt, and it very much is appreciated. So I am perpetually in awe of how amazing it is to be here with you guys. And I've heard YouTubers say that before, and I never really understood it, never really made sense to me. I'm like, what did I do for you? You know, I kind of feel like I consume, I don't return. And yet, for us on the other side, because I am human just like you, there is something, there is an energetic exchange. We feel you, we know you, and you are our family. And I want you to know that as much as you can humanize me and recognize I'm just another girl, just another human on planet Earth, and I happen to be hitting record. And that's the only thing that separates me from you in this moment. And yes, so I'm getting a low battery notification. That'll be fun. Let's see if we can get through this. If not, if I have to piece this together, we'll do that as well. So Monday Magic is awesome and amazing as usual. I always love this day. Sort of a recap of where we've been. It's sort of a continued week of challenges, certainly quite glitchy. Computer glitches, car glitches, kid glitches, whatever kind of glitchy you've experienced, it definitely has been. It feels like eclipse season. We feel like we are fully in eclipse season, which is fun. Lots of continued testing. It's almost as if the shadows that we have worked on or that we thought were healed are coming back. And I've said that quite a few times in the recent weeks. They continue to present themselves, especially this past week. There was a very strong call to rest over the last week and a half, and yet even in the rest, there was still testing. If you're like me, being called to rest, I decided to get in the car and drive to Florida. So yes, I heeded the rest for a week, but you know, I have kids and memories are due to be made. So we're making them and we're here and that's fine. And yes, there was a doctor's appointment and a prescription hunt down and all sorts of things on the road trip here. But we made it and we made it safely and it was worth it. So certainly glitchy, certainly testing, but it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world and we're getting through it and we continue to show up for another day and this too shall pass. And I'm really excited to talk to you very shortly. I'll make another video on this, but just briefly, I ponder that question of what is the purpose of life quite a bit. And why does it have to be so difficult? I think that's probably a bigger question more than just the purpose of life, but why does it have to be difficult? And I get answers when I ask these questions. This is why I tell you guys to ask intelligent questions because Source does respond. And the response has been that the one became two for the joy of becoming one again. And what that means to me, what I feel in my soul when I hear that is that we are sort of that fractal that was split off from Source. And we are here to have a visitor. We are here to regain our wholeness, to reconnect, to become complete, to become godlike, to become the companion that is whole and complete as God is. And it's really, it makes so much sense because this difficulty is a sharpening, and that sharpening is necessary for us to be one with Source. And now I finally understand that safe statement to suffer joyfully, I think, or something of that nature. I'm not quoting it quite correctly, but it makes the hard times worth it, knowing that there will be a reward. It will be worth it. It reminds me of the drive to Florida. Like, who gets in a car and drives 3 freaking days to get to Florida? That's insane, right? Yes, airline tickets were, $1,200 per person. Still, I still weigh it out. Like, I lost 6 days of driving. Could I have just, spent that? But anyways, that's an algorithm for another day. It reminds me of that question of like, is it all worth it? Because it feels really hard and it feels really challenging. But when you get here, when you sit poolside, when you are one with Source, you say, absolutely, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. And that's where we're at. We're in that sharpening and we're in the thick of it. And it's not easy. And it's a choice if we want to suffer joyfully. And things aren't so hard when we decide that it's worth it. Yeah, so my note says hammering the weak points. That's kind of that shadow that's coming up. It's the nitpicking at the wound, right? It's, oh, have you healed yet? Are you ready to let go of that attachment? Are you ready to see yourself in a better way? Are you ready to level up? Battle fatigue is absolutely something that I was feeling this past week, especially with a car accident and then deciding to get in the car and drive 20 hours to Florida. That's a lot, right? I'm going headlong into the trauma, into the nervous system state to rewire and reframe and heal. And yeah, battle fatigue absolutely can come about when we are constantly tested over and over and over and over. It just was like, had enough, freaking done. I cannot keep doing this anymore. Right. And so battle fatigue is a term that I saw this week for the first time, and it really resonated with me. I felt beat down at that point, and that was probably 4 or 5 days ago now. That was very much in the nervous system freak out after the car accident, and just kind of feeling like, in recent years, in the last 2 years, I quit my corporate job. I started a new business. I started coaching. I got a divorce. I became a single parent again of 3 children. Just always constant wondering what's next, right? What's next? And so that certainly can lead to that feeling of battle fatigue when one more big thing comes up and you feel like, I don't know that I have a lot more left to give, but of course we always do. And that's why we're here. And then there's also simultaneously, I talked about this last week too, is that reminder, the synchronicities that the rainbow, the sunshine, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that this is all for your good, not just for your good, but like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to you, even though it feels like shit. Pardon my French. Yeah, I swear sometimes, and that's okay. I'm good with that. Lots of promise, lots and lots and lots of messages just reminding us that there is so much beauty on the other side. We will absolutely sit poolside and say it was totally worth it. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn, and it certainly feels like one of those moments where you question, like, kind of tired, battle fatigue setting in, is it, can I take another hit? Can I take another step? And absolutely we can. Absolutely. There is a reevaluation, a reprioritization, a reevaluating what matters. I'll do more videos because it's a very long story about how that showed up for me, but it's profound insights that have been coming through over this past week. We've heard the term all time is now. We know that timelines are stacked like pancakes. We know that all versions of you exist now, but I have had moments where I felt it tangibly, physically. I felt all the different versions of me, and that recognition that we have the ability to choose what version of us we will experience simply by our thoughts. Right? So what version of my physical body will I experience right now? Am I experiencing tiredness, or am I experiencing health and wholeness? Am I experiencing a bloated tummy, or am I experiencing a happy, healthy tummy? And those moments where you sort of are searching for, what am I experiencing? Where am I at? In that moment, in the space in between the question and the response, is that opportunity to choose. And it is very, very profound. And these new insights that we're receiving, we're also integrating, that we're in an integration phase. And that's part of the fatigue, part of receiving all of this solar flares. There's been more solar energy, more solar storms coming in this past week. I don't have the details on that. Pardon me. I'm poolside all day, kids in there. So I'm here as best I can without the details. But if you want to know, there's lots of people. Ascension Diaries is a great person to follow. She's on Instagram and YouTube, I believe. So check her out. She's really detailed into the science. But yeah, just the profound insights, the time and the rest that is necessary to integrate those leads to that level up. And just I've heard someone else, I think it was Phil Good, that also was talking about that recognition of all time is now, and we are in that moment of choosing. And luckily that did come after my experience, so I can be sure that didn't influence me. But you get to choose and choose your own adventure is the term that came through. Is we're entering into a really phenomenally amazing and awesome time. We are here at the verge of creating heaven on earth, and that is what this channel is all about. That is what I will remain for the rest of my life. There's not a lot of things that I will say definitely. I usually like to leave space for shift and change, because things usually shift and change, but I can be absolutely certain that the reason I am here, your purpose is my purpose. I am here to help you move through the trauma that keeps you from your purpose, so that you can manifest abundance and help create heaven on earth. And that's kind of the 4 tenets of what this brand is all about, is that unworthiness wound, that question of who am I? Am I enough? Can I do this? What am I here for? Because it is the very thing, it is the programming of the mind that keeps us from our purpose. And you are here to do something awesome and amazing, and it will manifest abundance in your life, and it will contribute to creating heaven on earth. So don't forget, you're never alone. I am here with you. I am human just like you, and I am never more capable of showing up in a vulnerable way than I am now, which is so beautiful and amazing that it took me slamming into someone else in a car accident to recognize it doesn't matter. I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect. And I'm okay with that. I'm now more okay with that than I've ever been my entire life. And that trauma wound that wants to convince us that we somehow should be perfect, or we have to hide our vulnerabilities, is a liar. It's lying to us. Don't let that win. All right. I love you, my friends. I gotta go. I think my computer's gonna shut down on me, so I will see you soon. I love you. I love you. Love you. I promise more videos coming soon. This week I am on spring break, so it'll be a little bit slow, but I miss you and I want to be here for you more often. And so that's going to be happening soon. And lots more. I've got some ideas that are percolating. So this leveling up is bringing other things to the fore. So I will see you soon. I truly do love you. I want you to know that. I don't know if your name is Tom or Bill or Jane or Sally or Laura or Sarah or Kate. Names that are just coming. I love you. I really, really do. I feel you. I love you. I'm in this with you. I'm here for you. And I can't wait to see you soon. All right. Take care, my friends. See you soon. Namaste.